This is a texturing die I made a while back, and you do it with, well, this isn't the tool I made it with, but you would do it with something like this, but round the end off like a ball. If you try to drill these, the point of the drill bit doesn't make it perfectly round at the bottom of that impression, so it looks funny in the male version of the tool that you would make. So you would take a tool like this, a punch, round it off, and then start laying out your pattern. But you don't want to go to your complete depth on the first time through. You'd go a little bit, all the same depth, maybe like halfway of what you want in the finished one. And then you'd have to flatten this out a little bit, and then come back and do it again. And then after that, you know, this is mild steel. It didn't have to be tool steel. And then you get your male part, and I'm going to lay on top of it under the power hammer to create the other part. Now after I'm done with that, I'll take this, I'll quench it in the water, and show a sample of what that can do. I thought it would be really nice for the guys doing pattern welded steel, for like a raindrop pattern, or it's kind of an older texture. It'd be like a peened effect for, you know, ornamental work. It's not used that much anymore because it's pretty dated, really, but it's okay. It'll show you how to make a tool like this, which is the point of the video. You want to make sure you don't double strike. You know, you want to give a good hard first blow with the hammer. What you don't want is for that to jump out of there and not be able to find where you made that first impression, and then you double strike and it smashes everything down that you just made. I'm going to go definitely max heat on this. Wire brush it first. You want to keep the one you're smashing into clean. I'll kind of show you as we go what we have, so you can see sort of progress. And then keep working it. At this point, you want to make sure that you keep this clean and brushed, and now you can start working it at a lower heat, because what that'll do is it'll give you a better finish on your male version of the die. So now's the time to start working it at a lower heat. Just about there. These ones out here haven't fully been pushed into the impression, so a little bit more. So there you go. And that's mild steel. It holds up just fine. Maybe not for 1,000 of these, but for at least probably 20 or 30, maybe more than that if you keep this cooled down. Now I'll go ahead and heat this up a little bit and quench it in water and use it on a piece of flat bar, and you can see what the pattern looks like. Actually, what I'll do, I'll go ahead and case harden this since I'm doing it. I've done this on a lot of these, and they seem to hold up well. You know, take the case hardening stuff, sprinkle it on there. Now you heat it back up to a cherry red, so what the instructions say, and quench it in water. I'll leave that in right there while I heat up the piece that we're going to do the sample on. This is a piece of flat bar. It's like 1.5 inches by 1/4. After that comes out of the quench, you got to brush it. Now you can see what that looks like. It's a nice pattern. Good metal flow into the female part of the die. It should hold up well. And that's sort of the texture it creates. You can really play and experiment with that texture and drive it in deeper or whatever you choose to do. If, like I was also mentioning, for the Damascus guys, it's a great way to put in a raindrop pattern. You'd have to make 2 sides of it, but it's possible. That kind of shows that off.